Hello student, I am Sangeeta Mansukhani. This is the video number 59. In this video, we will be going to about revision. See, this question, predict the products of electrolysis in each of the following. Predict the products of the electrolysis. The first is an aqueous solution of AgNO3 with silver electrode. Okay, AgNO3 take with silver electrode, so we find which product is formed. Okay, so see its answer. AgNO3 ionize in aqueous solution to form Ag plus and NO3 minus ion. Okay, so Ag plus gaining one electron and convert into the Ag. So its electrode potential you learn by standard potential value plus 0.80 volt. And then second one, we take aqueous solution, that is water. So water also gaining 2 electron and convert into the hydrogen and 2 OH minus ion. Okay, so electrode potential minus 0.83 volt. Okay, so generally way on electrolysis either Ag plus ion, otherwise water molecule can be decreased at cathode. But the reduction potential of Ag plus ion, here you see 0.80 volt, this is the positive value, so higher than that of water. Then after Ag plus ion decrease at cathode, same way Ag metal or water molecules can be oxidized at anode. Same way, similar way, but oxidation potential of Ag is greater than of water molecule. Again here see, whenever oxidation represent Ag convert into the Ag plus by loss of the electron, so its electrode potential value minus 0.80 volt. And then water loss of the electron, 2H2O convert into the O2 plus 4H minus 4H plus 4 electrons, so potential minus 1.23 volt. So that is means oxidation potential of the Ag is greater than that of the water molecule. So whenever we have to see both reduction potential value and then oxidation potential value, so Ag metal get oxidized at anode, because here oxidation potential of the Ag is greater than that of the water molecule, because here minus 0.80 volt and then water minus 1.23 volt. So first we have to see both reduction way and then oxidation way. So oxidation potential value of the Ag is greater, so we have to follow this way. So Ag metal gets oxidized at anode. Okay. Second way, an aqueous solution AgNO3 with platinum electrode. In first we take silver electrode, but second we take platinum electrode. See, platinum cannot be oxidized very easily. So at anode, oxidation of the water occurs to liberate O2. So at cathode, Ag plus ion decreased and get deposited. Third, whenever we take sulfuric acid, okay, when we take sulfuric acid and platinum electrode, so sulfuric acid ionize in aqueous solution to give H plus ion and sulfate ion. Okay, so 2H plus and SO4 minus 2, and whenever electrolysis, so water molecule and H plus ion get decreased at cathode, but the decreased potential of the H plus ion is higher than of water molecule. So gaining of the electron, so H plus ion 2 electron gain, so I convert into the H2 gas and electrode potential 0.0 volt, and then water gaining of 2 electrons, so convert into the hydrogen and then 2 OH minus, so its electrode potential minus 0.83 volt. So therefore at cathode H plus ion are decreased, H2 gas, free H2 gas. Our sideway and anode, water molecule otherwise sulfate ion can be oxidized, but the oxidation of the sulfate involves breaking of the more bonds comparison than water, and sulfate ions have lower oxidation potential than water. So water is oxidized at anode to free O2 molecules. Then fourth, whenever take aqueous copper chloride with platinum electrode, So aqueous chloride solution copper chloride takes CuCl2. So ionize and 2 gives Cu2 plus ion and chloride ion. Okay, so CuCl2 convert into the copper plus 2 ion and chloride ion. Okay, and electrolysis copper plus 2 ion otherwise water molecules can decrease at cathode, but decreased potential of the copper plus 2 is more than water molecule. So gaining of the 2 electron by copper plus 2 convert into the copper. So plus 0.3 volt its oxidation potential, and then water gain 2 electrons, so convert into the hydrogen and 2 OH minus. So electron potential minus 0.83 volt. So this is the reduction potential way. But whenever, so therefore copper plus 2 ion decrease at cathode and deposit. But same way and anode. Chloride ion and water is oxidized, and oxidation potential of the water is higher than that of chloride ion. So 2Cl minus convert into the Cl2 plus 2 electron, gaining the loss of the 2 electron, and electron potential of the this way chloride ion 0.34 volt, and water also loss of the electron, so minus 1.23 volt. But oxidation of the water molecules occurs at lower electrode potential comparison than chloride ion, so because of the over voltage. Okay, so result chloride ion are oxidized at anode to liberate Cl2 gas. Clear? See, you only for write oxidation potential value you learn, okay, and you write the equation oxidation way and reduction way. Okay, it is main important. First you write equation, and then in the side way oxidation potential value you write, and then which is higher, which is lower. Okay, then arrange the given matters in order in which they displace each other from the solution of their salt. So aluminium, iron, copper, zinc, magnesium. So you already known about metal with stronger reducing power and displace another metal with weaker reducing power, okay, from its solution of salt. So copper, then iron, then zinc and aluminium. Magnesium can displace aluminium from its solution, but aluminium can't displace magnesium, because order in which given metals displace each other from their solution. So magnesium high, then aluminium, then zinc, then iron, and then copper. Okay. Depict the galvanic cell in which the reaction is. This is the reaction given. So which of the electrode is negatively charged? So here you see this is reaction is given. Zn plus A2Ag plus converted into a zinc plus 2 and 2Ag. So first we have to write like this equation. Zinc convert into the zinc plus 2 and then Ag plus convert into the Ag. So first is which of the electrode is negatively charged. So you already known about zinc convert into the zinc plus 2. So zinc electrode is negatively charged because at this electrode zinc oxidized to the zinc plus 2 and the living electrons accumulate on this electrode. Second one, name the carriers of the current in the cell. Name the carriers of the current in the cell. So carriers of the current are ions, because zinc convert into the plus 2 ions. So here current are ions. Third is write the individual reaction at each electrode. So here you see zinc convert into the Zn plus 2. So by loss of 2 electron. So zinc solid convert into the zinc plus 2 and plus 2 electron. And Ag electron, Ag plus convert into the Ag. That is means only 1 electron gain and convert into the Ag solid. Okay. Next, revision of the hydrogen chapter number 9, hydrogen. So next question of the chapter number 9, hydrogen. So revision of this hydrogen chapter. So doubt questions like see, discuss the consequences of high enthalpy of hydrogen-hydrogen bond in terms of the chemical reactivity of dihydrogen. The consequences of the high enthalpy of hydrogen-hydrogen bond in terms of the chemical reactivity of dihydrogen. So you already known about hydrogen-hydrogen bond hydrogen bond, high enthalpy. High enthalpy of hydrogen bond makes hydrogen gas inert or unreactive at room temperature, and at higher temperature it reacts with many metals and non-metal alike. So hydrogen is stable, but 2000 Kelvin temperature it's convert into the atomic hydrogen, so 0.081%. And when at 5000 Kelvin, so 95.5% obtained, and its bond dissociation enthalpy also high, and its delta H value 435.59 kilojoule mole inverse. Then next question is, what do you understand by electron deficient, electron precise and electron rich compounds? Provide justification with suitable examples. So what is the difference between electron deficient, electron precise and electron rich? Next question is, what characteristic do you expect from an electron deficient hydride with respect to its structure and chemical reaction? What characteristics do you expect from an electron deficient hydride with respect to its structure and chemical reaction? What characteristic do you expect from an electron deficient hydride with respect to its structure and chemical reaction? So electron deficient hydrides, especially of boron and aluminium, so BH3 and AlH3, so cannot exit as such because they do not have sufficient electrons to form required number of covalent bonds, and in order to satisfy octet rule. Okay, so like example B2H6, B4O10, B4H10. Okay, so these structural features are quite unique. Like example B2H6, so here two boron atoms so are linked by the two hydrogen atoms. Okay, and formation bridge atoms. Okay, so these hydrides are very reactive towards metals, non-metals and their compounds. Example like B2H6 react with oxygen, so convert into the B2O3 and plus 3H2O, and any one reaction you have to write. Okay, and otherwise B2H6 diboron react with sodium hydride, so convert into the 2Na plus BH4 minus. Okay, so this is the main of the chemical reaction which is represent electron deficient reaction. Next is, do you expect the carbon hydrides of the type CnH2n plus 2 act as Lewis acid or base? Justify your answer. So for any compound to act as Lewis acid, its central atom must have vacant orbital in the valence shell, and for Lewis base, the central atom should be able to donate a For Lewis base, the central atom should be able to donate a pair of electrons. So for carbon hydrides of the type C4H2n plus 2, example CH4, C2H6, so the octet of the carbon atom is complete, and their structures reveal that carbon atom has neither vacant orbital and nor unpaired electrons, and these are electron precise hydrides, so they do not act as a Lewis acid or base. So depend on electron deficient, electron precise and electron rich. Okay, so electron precise hydrides, these hydrides do not act as a Lewis acid or a base. Then next is, what do you understand by the term non-stoichiometric hydrides? Okay, non-stoichiometric hydrides are formed by the D and F block elements. Okay, because when hydrogen atoms are trapped in the lattice halls of the elements, so like some lattice hall remain unoccupied, so hydrides are termed as non-stoichiometric. Like metal react with hydrogen, so it is not stoichiometric. Okay, so here see LaH 2.76, unlike NaH where it is a 1:1. So alkali metals are highly electropositive, and with hydrogen they form ionic hydrides of the type M plus H minus by transferring their valence electron to hydrogen, and their combining ratio is always 1:1, and they do not form non-stoichiometric hydrides. Next is, how do you expect the metallic hydrides to be useful for hydrogen storage? how do you expect the metallic hydrides to be useful for hydrogen storage? So which metal? Some metal like palladium, platinum have tendency to absorb very large of the hydrogen used in storage. So this property has high potential for hydrogen storage. Next is, how does the atomic hydrogen or oxyhydrogen torch function for cutting and welding purpose? How does the atomic hydrogen or oxyhydrogen torch function for cutting and welding purpose? Okay, so molecular hydrogen gas like hydrogen dissociate into atomic hydrogen. See, electric arc and electric arc pass out. Okay, so through an electric arc produced passing high current between the tungsten electrode. So temperature 3773 to 4273 Kelvin. So the lifetime of atomic hydrogen, because hydrogen gas convert into the H, atomic hydrogen. So lifetime of the atomic hydrogen is about 0.3 second. And whenever it reconvert, okay, hydrogen convert into H and then reconvert into the molecular hydrogen. So huge amount of the heat energy is liberated. Okay, and it is used for cutting and welding purpose. Okay, so molecular hydrogen gas dissociate into the atomic hydrogen. So electric arc produced by the high current between the tungsten electrode. So lifetime of the atomic hydrogen is about 0.3 second. Okay, and it is used whenever reconvert into the molecular hydrogen. So huge amount of the heat energy is liberated, and it is used for cutting and welding purpose. Next is, among NH3, water, HF, which would you expect to have highest magnitude of the hydrogen bonding and why? Among NH3, H2O, HF, which would you expect to have highest magnitude of hydrogen bonding and why? So you already known about all the three molecules have intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Okay, three molecules, ammonia, water and HF. Three of intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Reason, due to the formation of the dipoles between hydrogen, here nitrogen, hydrogen with oxygen and hydrogen with fluorine. Okay, so nitrogen, oxygen and fluorine are more electronegative. You already known about these are more electronegative comparison than hydrogen, and among themselves the order of the electronegativity. So fluorine highest, then oxygen and then nitrogen. So fluorine will thus form stronger hydrogen bonds because the dipole. Like HF will be the strongest in comparison than OH and then NH. Here you see one ammonia molecule. So one nitrogen formation intermolecular hydrogen bonding of the other hydrogen of the other ammonia molecule. So this is the hydrogen bonding. Here H2O. So hydrogen of the one water molecule form hydrogen bond of the other water molecule of oxygen. Then fluorine, HF. So HF, one molecule fluorine and then other molecule of the hydrogen form hydrogen bonding. So this is the strongest. Okay, but which HF is the strongest comparison than ammonia and then water. Okay, next is, saline hydrides are known to react with water violently, producing fire, and can CO2, a well-known fire extinguisher, be used in this case? Saline hydrides are known to react with water violently, producing fire, and then can CO2, a well-known fire extinguisher, be used in this case? So saline hydrides react with water exothermally, and then high heat so produced is enough to ignite H2 gas. So NH, so saline hydride like example NaH, otherwise calcium hydride. So the both are react with water. So high heat produce and then hydrogen gas ignite. Okay, so fire so produced cannot be extinguished by the CO2 gas. So since any unreactive saline hydride will combine with CO2 gas. So saline hydride react with the CO2 gas. So formation sodium formate. So sand may be used in the place of the CO2 gas. Okay. Then next is, arrange the following. First is calcium hydride, beryllium hydride, titanium hydride. So in increasing of the electrical conductance, okay, electrical conductance. So you already known about beryllium, calcium and titanium. So beryllium hydride is a covalent hydride, calcium hydride is saline hydride, okay, but conduct electricity in fusion or molten state. But titanium hydride conduct electricity even at room temperature, okay. Second one is lithium hydride and NaH and cesium hydride in order of the increasing ionic character. So increasing ionic character, so cesium hydride greater than NaH and then lithium hydride, due to the decrease in electron negativity within group first from lithium to cesium, okay, because electronegativity decrease. Then third, the increasing order of the bond dissociation enthalpy. So here fluorine given, hydrogen given and deuterium. So you already know about deuterium is high power. Bond dissociation enthalpy of deuterium molecule is more than hydrogen and fluorine. Okay. So sequence is this. Deuterium high, then hydrogen and then fluorine. And then because of the smaller size of the deuterium, then hydrogen. But for fluorine and molecule, lone pair repulsion. So make the dissociation enthalpy less. So F2 molecule lone pair repulsion make the dissociation enthalpy less. So here you see fluorine 3 lone pair, this is fluorine 3 lone pair, same. So repulsion between them. The reducing power of the hydride is in order. Here you see NaH maximum and then magnesium hydride, then water. So sodium hydride is ionic or saline hydride. So stronger reducing agent. While magnesium hydride and water are both covalent hydride. So among magnesium and water molecule, water is more covalent because a higher dissociation enthalpy. Okay. Then compare the structure water and hydrogen peroxide molecule. So I already discussed in my video, last video. Okay, so see the H2 and hydrogen peroxide structure in my notes. Okay, so water and hydrogen peroxide, these structure maximum times come in exam. Okay, so please see the structure. Then next, consider the reaction of the water with fluorine, which species are oxidized and reduced. So two reactions are common. Fluorine react with water, so convert into the oxygen and plus 4HF. And second one 3F2 plus 3H2 and convert into the ozone plus 6HF. So first reaction oxygen form and second reaction ozone. So these are both oxidation, using the oxidation number concept in both the reactions, acting as an oxidizing agent, and second one water as a reducing agent. Okay. Next question I will be explained in the next video. Thank you so much.